Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Talking Movies. My name's Josh.
I'm Clay.
I'm Chris.
I'm Randall.
And today we're talking about Clay's pick this week. This is from 2020, Dinner in America.
Microwave it, shove it down. Pressure for you is turning brown. Poison veggie, this plastic meat.
I want my motherfucking shit!
Around the table, come at me, you fucking cocksucker! That makes you bad. Dinner time, dinner in America. Dinner time, dinner in America. Dinner time, dinner in America.
You need to take it down a notch, motherfucker!
Is it 2020? Is that not old?
That's what it said. That's what I thought I saw too.
Pretty new.
Wow. Gosh. Yeah, Dinner in America. I saw this movie on my letterbox. Like somebody watched it and was like, "Oh my god, this movie's so good!" And it's got the guy in it who's pretty popular these days.
What is his name?
I like him.
Kyle Gallner.
Yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies that we have seen. One of which is
What was he in?
He's in Smile. He's in the newer Scream.
Yeah, he's in a bunch of like horror stuff.
Okay. He's in that movie Strange Darling that just came out.
Strange Darling. Yeah,
There's also one that called The Passenger that's really good.
that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's a good one.
Passenger. Anyways, he's doing real good. I guess his trajectory is pretty strong here. I like the movie a lot, man. I think the last time we were talking, Chris, you mentioned like, oh, you don't really like silly. And I started thinking about what do I like about this movie? Because it is funny and it's kind of quirky. And I think maybe like Better Off Dead is too. Maybe that's my groove of comedy. But anyway, I think it's a blast. Like it's got lots of laughs in it. I think, a little bit of overreacting, and I think that that's awesome too, because I do that sometimes. But I don't know. I just thought I'd shift gears a little bit, and instead of bringing a horror movie or something like that, I'd go with some comedy and see what happens. What do y'all think?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll go since you kind of addressed me. I love this movie. This movie was fantastic. Like, I think this is probably like one of my favorite things we've watched on here in a while.
Oh, wow.
I wasn't sure what to expect with it. I think I came across some people on my letterbox that were reviewing it, and I know Josh had, I think, watched that director's newest movie.
Yeah, I watched Snack Shack. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been hearing his name kind of pop up kind of recently. And yeah, this was this is right in my wheelhouse on just the comedy, the just weird kind of quirky like acting, dialogue and stuff like that, which could be a little overdone, I guess, depending on who you ask.
It's very stylized, but
yeah. But I got a very like Kevin Smith vibe from it. I think this is a little bit better done.
Napoleon Dynamite, sir.
And that was actually going to be my next
Sure.
was very Napoleon Dynamite. I mean, I think that movie got way overly talked about.
You watch your mouth. Uncle Rico's the shit.
I mean, I love that movie back in the day, but there's just one I haven't revisited in a while because, like I said, it got kind of overly
I haven't seen that shit in like
quoted.
20 years.
Yeah.
I should
I
rewatch
probably watched that on VHS and haven't seen it since then.
Yeah. So yeah, I wasn't sure how it was gonna go after like the first like 15 minutes or so, but man, I think like once it started going and I like kind of got on its wavelength, I had a blast. I loved it.
You didn't vibe with the drooling patients right away.
No.
The opening sequences. Like,
Yeah.
She starts getting in her little beef cutlet.
Oh shit! Come on, beef cutlet. Well, I had a similar reaction to the first part of it as Chris, but I've done those clinical studies before. So basically, Carissa fucking loves this movie, by the way. Like, legit, she's talked about it all day. Like, she loves this movie.
Really?
I'm shocked, but
I can see that. Yeah.
well, do you know why she loves this movie? It's fucking me and Carissa, dude.
I
That's all.
it's
The whole
I assumed
activity is
I
just
assumed
me
that
and
would
Carissa.
that would come up at some point. It's totally just you and Carissa.
It's literally almost to a T. It's a little exaggerated, a little
Yeah.
cartoonish. Other than that, it's me and Carissa because I was like it. I could not quit laughing because I was just shaking my head, and I was like, man, Josh might appreciate this part of this movie that is like so reminiscent of us, but I bet he hates this fucking movie. I don't know if you do or not, but I was laughing because I just couldn't imagine you enjoying that movie personally. But
no, I can. I want to hear what you have to say because obviously this is much more your thing than anybody else. But no, I concur with Chris. I enjoyed it a lot.
nice. Oh, dude, I mean, no, I was hoping, but I
Yeah.
really thought I was like, oh, I don't think Josh is gonna.
Yeah,
jive with this one, man.
I wasn't sure either, but I know you like the other guy's movies. So I was like,
Yeah,
it can't be that different.
I didn't know that, or I might have thought a little different. But I was like,
it does take some time to sort of like get on its wavelength. I think because of
Yeah.
the way it's stylized and the sense of humor and stuff. But the Snack Shack is like very similar. Well, sense
like
of humor. So.
like when Homeboy's sitting in the diner and he's like, "The fuck are you looking at?" Carissa was like, "Oh, I've seen you do that," and I was like, "I've definitely done that." And like, you
Yeah, I
know,
don't know.
I've
I lost count how many times I went, oh, I can see Randy doing this. I can see
yeah,
Randy
like
doing that.
well, like,
I can
and
see
he's like
Randy
all pissed at his homeboys for wanting to sell out and be little pussies. I was like, yeah, I feel that, and I hated those guys so much. And like, I don't know, it's very cartoonish of like, but so
Yeah.
am I, like kind of to a degree, right? Like just in real life, like I'm kind of like a little bit overwhelming to people sometimes, I'm sure, and like. But like that girl is like, I thought she was super cute, like just physically attractive to a degree, not like hot, but cute. That's the kind of girls that I like, right? And she's so weird. And I was like, I like that she's fucking weird. And Carissa was like, yeah, she's just like me. With her fucking little meds thing, Carissa literally has the same exact fucking thing every day. She's
What
like
does she
taking her
have?
meds.
Wait, what does she have?
The little thing where she's got like her 7-day-a-week
Oh,
medical,
thing.
all of her meds. Carissa has the same thing. I hear it going every morning. Like it's the same shit, right?
He just
The
ate
glasses
Sunday,
and like the
He
yeah.
just ate Sunday and Monday's ad.
And I've definitely taken random pills out of somebody's little thing and then fell out and been like, what was that? And they're like, oh, it's this. And I'm like, you take all that? Same, dude, literally like the same conversations, bro. It was like in the band that he was in, I thought it was pretty good. I liked that he had a real mohawk, not some bullshit mohawk. But there were certain things that I didn't like. I didn't like the word I get very much. Wasn't a fan of that one. I think I've just been kind of programmed to be like, ugh, when I hear that. Because I'm not like, I don't really say whatever you want. I don't really give a shit. I don't like to censor people. But I think at this point in my life, I'm a little bit like, I don't like that. But whatever. Like I don't really care. I think he was doing it.
Though.
Do what?
What year was this set in though? It's got to be like early 90s
Oh,
or something.
I didn't even think about that. What year is it set in?
It's definitely not present day, right?
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I guess that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. Because if it's set in the 90s, I could definitely understand the language way more.
Yeah, I don't recall seeing like
I don't-
cell phones or anything.
No.
I mean,
Dang, bro.
she talked about having like vinyl and
Yeah.
like cassettes and stuff of the band.
Yeah,
but
I saw tapes and stuff. So
she
I
had
was
a boom
Oh,
box.
shit. I just thought it was cool. I didn't realize it was like
Yeah, no, I wasn't like worried about it too much, but I was like, when is this? Like, it has
I
to
never
be
even
like
thought about
80s,
that.
early 90s or something.
The
That's-
music
what's
I
the
listened
cop
to.
car was the cop car looked
Oh.
like kind of 90s ish,
Yeah,
2002.
it's definitely a period piece.
So
Yeah.
the music in the movie is so reminiscent of what I still listen to that it never even crossed my mind that this might be like a 25-year-old setting. But yeah, the only real difference in it, like as far as paralleling my life, is that Carissa wasn't interested in punk music. But other than that, that girl and her are so similar. Like they both kind of like sheltered. Carissa's very sheltered, and they're both like kind of like in their own thing. They're quirky, nerdy type, and dude, like we were sitting like, I don't know, a foot apart, like just kind of sitting on the couch. Dude, within like 30, 40 minutes, dude, she was like laying on me, like holding my arm, watching it. I was like, oh yeah, I knew what she was thinking. She was like, this is adorable.
I think the first thing that tipped me off to the time is the Polaroid camera.
Yeah, but all that
Oh,
stuff's
yeah.
kind of back though. Like everybody
It is
knows.
now, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it does. The Wikipedia does.
No,
it.
I'm an idiot, so I didn't think about it because it's all stuff that's in vogue right now. So like, I just kind of was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
well, they're making VHSs for new movies. And
Yeah, I
stuff.
see
I know.
So
Yeah, see, it's set a non-specific time period, likely in the early 1990s.
yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I was
So
thinking.
yeah,
Well, it took me a few minutes to get into it, but once I was in, and I like the fact that they stand up for themselves. I like that they're kind of like a dorky Bonnie and Clyde. I was like, I like this. I like their whole thing going on because it does feel kind of familiar. Well, not even kind. It feels very familiar. Like I used to be really angry, and I used to be really like, really combative. I think I've chilled on that a little bit. Like I guess I'm still combative, but I'm not angry like I used to be. But I so understand this kid. I was like, yeah, that dude gets it.
I was thinking about that when I was watching it, because that's probably my only complaint. Like, because he does get on my nerves after a certain point.
So do I. So
yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I think at first he kind of felt that way to me, but now I think it is so funny. Like when he walks in her house and he lights up a cigarette and she's like, "You can't smoke in here. My dad's allergic," and he's like, "Fuck your dad." I'm like, yes, like it is awesome.
I'm okay with that part. I would have probably said or done something incredibly similar.
But he does that he does it. That's like his little.
There are things that I wish I would have written it down, but I was just enjoying the movie so much that I didn't want to take notes. But there was a few things that he did that I was like, all right. But I was like, it's a movie. The people that made this movie are not like lifelong punk rock guys making YouTube videos like I am. So I'm gonna nitpick this stuff a little bit.
They know that it's a heightened reality. Everything is cranked up a little. It's a
I saw it a bit like SLC Punk, where it's kind of authentic.
Definitely.
To not really piss anybody like punkers off, but it is like a caricature enough.
If nobody had mentioned it, I was gonna say SLC Punk and what's the one I just mentioned?
Napoleon Dynamite.
This is a combo of those two movies. If you mix those two movies, you basically get this.
Yeah. Like I don't know why, but I really like the two bully guys. Like I mean, they were dicks and assholes, but like just their dialogue was so stupid and funny that I
knew guys like that. I like that he got beat up by him. That was funny because I was like, that's accurate. Because I would have definitely been like, man, fuck you, get off the bus, and he got stomped out by two guys and been like, that didn't work out the way I thought it was going to.
Yeah, but you're gonna come back and you're gonna get your.
Oh, dude. Yeah. We I'm not gonna say who this was, but we involuntarily took a person once, and we took this person out to a field that was, I don't know, man, like 10 miles or so out in like where like maybe like where the 290 outlet mall is at now. Before that was there, it was just nothing but fields. We went out like that way and just like let him go with no clothes on and a head thing over his eyes and his hands tied behind his back. It was a birthday gag because we had picked him up and did all this I mean, in all fairness, we did all this in a van. The reason we knew he wasn't going to understand who it was is because the van was his birthday gift. And so we were like, dude, I was joking. And I'm like, we should just kidnap him. And they were like, I mean, I'm down. And I was like, well, I mean, he's going to know who you are because you're this, voice, everything. And they were like, I got some people that'll do this. And I was like, I mean, I'm super game. I really didn't think it was going to happen until it was like literally in the middle of happening. And I was just like, oh my God, dude, he might actually, dude, I got.
That's how you do things. Shit. You just do them. You don't think about them.
I got punched in my shit too, though. So, I mean, I got my shit fucked up for doing that. But yeah, it all worked out because that van was for touring and they did in fact use it for that. So
nice.
Good times. But yeah, treat your friends with kindness. But do what?
I'm sure he loved it.
Yeah, he had a blast.
But yeah, so I'm assuming that's why Clay kind of pushed it a little bit because.
Well, yeah, like 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, I get it.
I think he knew what he had and Randy's connection to it.
It's funny because I had seen maybe a trailer or something about this movie, so I knew it existed. When you brought it up, I wasn't unfamiliar with the movie. But I didn't know much about it. And when I looked at the trailer, I was like, I do want to watch this. I just never got around to doing it. So I'm glad that you kind of force-fed me this film. That sounded super gay. Whatever, though.
Yeah. I mean, I probably told you about it like 5 times or something.
Yeah. And going, huh? No. What movie?
I just really wanted you to watch it. I really, when I saw it, I was like, this reminds me of Randy and Carissa. And I was like, I hope, that goes over well with everybody. Like, I didn't want to be like, oh, that's not right. But it's just
that kind of stuff
super endearing. And it's a little mushy in parts, but I love when he's singing, and she finally sees him at the show and they're just right across from each other. And
that was dope.
The whole world's like blurred out behind her. It's just her face. I'm like, dude, that is
Yeah.
That would be
how it
rad.
feels.
That'd be like a lifetime achievement check. Like, yeah, that was awesome. Like that is some shit you would write a song about doing. You do it, and then you write another song about doing it.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, man, that movie
But-
was great. I
Yeah,
couldn't bring myself to fuck with you about it either. I was gonna, and I was like, I can't do it. This is not the one.
I saw you're keeping a pretty straight face when we got on.
I can never tell with you, man. I mean, I hoped that you liked this movie, and then like there's like you brought up, but what if it's these punk elements are out of sync with real punk, or I don't like those punks, I like these punks, or hell, I don't know. I mean,
Well, it's
I just
unfortunate
like
that that's
the
even a
question.
reality, but it,
Yeah,
it
but the
kind,
whole,
it kind
like-
of is.
But the whole like, oh, that band sucks. You don't want to play with that band. We got to play
Right.
like
That-
That's
That's
not
my
just
favorite
punk.
part.
Yeah, but
That's
that's
so
that's,
accurate.
that's punk metal. I mean, that's like that's a little bit of like pretty much anything. So that felt super authentic. And like
It-
it ended super good too. I thought where it's
I
like
thought the ending was pretty cool.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
he
it-
actually goes to jail. I thought that was appropriate.
right, yeah, and then like she kind of stands up for herself in the end too. Like you know,
Right.
it kind of naturally felt like that's the way it should end. And
Dude, like Carissa was catching shit that was going right over my head because I was just kind of like watching it and enjoying it. And I don't know what my deal is, man. I can't grasp like little things that I should be able to grasp, which in a certain way, it really helps me watch movies because I get surprised a lot when I shouldn't, or I should like know shit that I just don't quite get. It is what it is. But
Bro,
yeah. Do what?
you need to see Smile too. If you're
I'm on my
talking
way. I'm
about
gonna
it.
watch it. I'm gonna watch it in like 2 hours. I'll be sitting in the theater.
I really want to hear what you think.
Yeah, I've heard enough good stuff about it that I'm gonna go give it an objective shot. But yeah, like she noticed immediately that he was the one with the envelopes, and it didn't even occur to me that he had those fucking things. So whenever he like pulls them out, I was like, oh shit, that's the guy. And she's like, yeah,
where have you been?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
bro. I was just
Playing
like,
like 30 minutes ago.
yeah,
It took me a minute too, because I was, sort of engaged the first time I saw this. I've seen this movie 4 times, probably this month.
Whoa.
damn.
Yeah. It's like
That's
one of
wild.
those where like, I don't know what to watch. Boop, it's on. And
Well, I took a
you
flyer
can-
and I bought it instead of renting it. So
Yeah, I'm buying this. I went look to go buy it, and it doesn't have a freaking release. It's got a UK era release, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'll just buy that then.
So yeah, I might just pick that up.
I mean, we have region free players, so we can do that.
Yeah,
That's why we
and
have them.
And I think it actually is a region free Blu-ray,
Oh,
even though
really?
it is a UK release.
But that's exactly why we went through the trouble of getting all those things. So I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. Just sometimes I like getting the American release if it exists.
yeah,
Just-
you're very silly
know.
about that stuff.
It feels right, I guess. But if
Because
it's the only
America.
thing- if it's
It feels right.
if it's the only thing they got, then
Yeah.
screw
I
it.
thought it was awesome that she was like sending in these pictures of like her hand in her underwear versus like a nude shot. Because I was like, that's way more rad. Like if I was a guy and I got that, I'd be way more into that than like a pussy picture. Like, I
Well,
don't
that's
need-
what she thinks is erotic. Like that was her.
Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, dude. That's hilarious. Dude was just like bent over the
That's
bed.
how-
I was like, oh god, don't do that. Like
Yeah.
he's like, you got a dead cat over here. He's like, what the fuck? I was like, dude, that's so me. Like, why would you have this? Like, I don't know. Like, fucking,
Yeah.
I got an
Her
idea.
family was so weird. Her
But just
parents
look-
were making me laugh so much.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, them too. But I just say his reactions to things just felt so you too, because it was just
That's
What?
what.
what the
Yeah.
fuck was that
That's
like?
stupid. What are you talking about?
Like she would like ask her like, "What's she?" It was, I guess it was kind of a running gag where she would.
I
Just,
thought it was adorable. She didn't know what stuff was
what
because Chris is very
was,
much like
and
that.
his reactions were just totally exactly what you would say.
That shit's funny, bro.
I like
Yeah, it
when
was
he
a
goes
nice
into
movie
the-
to watch with her.
He goes into the Hawaiian burger place and they throw the doors open and stand there and nobody looks at them. They're like, okay, well, it's, they're just in a mode. It's awesome.
He's like, "What's on the burger?" And she tells him, and he's like, what did he ask her? What, there was one
What kind of
last thing.
sauce is it?
Oh yeah, what kind of
Steak sauce.
sauce? And she's like honey glazed, and I like audibly I went, "Oh, that sounds delicious." And Carissa was just like,
But he still like thinks about it for like 30 seconds. He's like, all right, two
They have the
Hawaiians.
one thing on the menu. Hell yeah.
"Dude, my favorite part of the whole movie, of the whole entire, I'm such a fucking little mushy pussy, dude." Like, she's like, "Is this a date?" And he like gives her this like sly little grin, and he's like, "Yeah, this is a date." And I was like, "Ah, I fucking love that!" Like, that's my shit, bro. I'm
I thought you were gonna say like when they were in the car, kind of toward the end, or the truck, and Like he was telling her she was like super punk rock or something like that.
Oh, dude, I felt that in my bones.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
was awesome.
yes, dude. I like it when somebody doesn't realize that they're rad, and then you get to tell them that they're rad. Like that doesn't happen a lot, but it does happen. Like I've told people like, dude, you're rad as fuck. What are you talking about? Like, who cares what people think about you, man? Like, I don't give a shit what people think about me to a degree. Like my friends, of course, but like some dude on YouTube comments, I've gotten way past that. I don't give a fuck about that, dude. Like, it's just not worth your time. Like, I'll talk to people. I'll even argue about it. That doesn't mean I care. People can't understand that dynamic either. Like, if you argue, that means you care. No, it means I'm wasting your time, and I think it's funny. Like, I enjoy arguing. It just is what it is. It's fucking stupid, but it is, whatever.
Yeah.
This is a fun movie, man. I'm glad I watched it.
I would say the whole part of them, like when they go to his house and you don't know it's his house yet, and they go and
I knew that was his
has
house.
her write a song and she sings the song and like
That was super cute too.
Yeah, I thought that was all
super
good.
catchy.
Yeah, because he's like talking shit about this other punk band but he's like,
oh yeah, he's like, God damn it, I got a pop song on my hands and it's really good.
Yeah,
I like that about him though. He's like he understands like good music still, but he wants to stay to his roots. It's like, all right, it's like Tim Armstrong, bro. I'll be associated with you guys, but I'll still play punk rock music. I'll help Pink get a song out there, but I'll still do Rancid. Like it felt like very familiar in that regard. But yeah, it was a really fun movie, man. I do want to watch it again because I noticed, like Josh was saying, like it took a few minutes to get, or one of y'all said that? I think it was Josh. It took a few minutes to like really get interested in it because the guy was kind of, I wasn't sure at first. I really at like maybe like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh man, I think Hugh might have missed the mark on this. And then it, like at some point it just kind of clicked over, and I was like, oh, okay. I think they want you to like not really care for him much at first, and then it shows you like that he's a relatively all right guy. And I was like, oh fuck, that's more like me than I want to admit. Even like, sometimes I come off incredibly abrasive when you first meet me, and then like over the course of a couple of conversations, you're like, oh, he's just kind of always hyper. Like it's not even that I'm angry or mad or intimidating. I'm just like always at 10. I can't turn it off. I'm either at 10 or I'm asleep. Like it's just like fucking,
They kind of just don't explain at the beginning too, when he's in the dark,
right?
He's doing the drug test or whatever.
Dude, I've done those things, man.
It took me like it was like after that scene, I was like, oh, that's what that was. I didn't know what that was. I couldn't figure out what it was for a while.
I thought they're in a mental hospital or something.
Yeah. I was very proud of myself for understanding what was happening. I was like, oh shit, he's getting some bread. I get it, man. Been there, done that. Welcome to addiction. And I think he was having some addiction problems too. And like, I liked his homie that was like, oh, dude, at one point he goes over to his homeboy's house, like in the hood. And that guy's like, get your fucking kids off my porch to that lady. Krista literally looked over at me and she goes, oh my God, that's where I used to take you. And I was like, I know, dude. Like she's like over in Third Ward. Like I used to hang out on the porch. It looked just like that. These fucking loud ass kids next door. I used to go inside, handle business, and come back outside with bags of shit in my pocket. Like
he just got a crate full of microphones to like, you want this shit?
Dude, I've 1,000,000% had people go, hey man, you know anything about this? And it's like music equipment. And I'm like, I don't know a ton, but I'm like, I kind of have an idea. I've had in that Tascam that he had, that blue 4-track. Did you know anybody want to talk about?
Yeah.
I've had that that made me like super excited because I was like, I fucking had one of those. I used to record shit on that same fucking thing. Oh, that should have clued me in on the date actually. Because like that thing was pretty old. I had that like back in like 2000. I got it for like $50 and I think a little bit of coke.
Yeah,
nice. Yeah. I mean, every scene there's something funny, something cool happening.
Yeah,
just like the cool moments where like the montage where they go to like play skee ball and at the arcades and shit. And then he breaks the thing open and takes all the tickets out of it.
Right. And she has that giant fucking bear. Krista was like, you'd do that for me. I was like, 100%. I don't
totally.
Whatever. I like that his brother was like kind of cool. Is that his brother?
Yeah.
At the dinner table.
Yeah.
Siblings, I think.
He's like, yeah, but the one that was cool to him was like, he ain't bothering me. I was like, there we go. I like this guy. Yeah. I had some normie friends that would do that. Like they're like, he's good with me, bro. He's not bothering nobody. Why are you mad? Like specifically my buddy James. Shout out James. Have I told y'all the story about the keys to my car that my mom tried to take?
I don't know if I know that one.
I think so.
Okay, so maybe I did. I'll make it quick. So when I was like 17 years old, I wasn't quite out of the house yet. I was just barely getting ready to like bounce, right? I was just 17. I mean, I turned 17 in March. This is probably like summertime, May, June, July, somewhere in there. I did something to make my mom mad. I don't remember what it was. I had just gotten this car that I'd saved up and bought, and she paid for like a little bit of it for my birthday. So she thought she had some kind of like right to tell me what to do with this car because she paid for some of it, right? I paid for the majority of the car. It was my car. It was in my name. It was my car. And so I'm sitting at the table and we're arguing about something, and my buddy James is across the table from me, and I have my keys in my hand. And she's like, well, if you're going to behave like that, you don't need to be in my house. And I was like, all right, I'll pack my shit and leave. And she's like, what? And I was like, I'll just go. I don't care. I'll live in my car. I don't give a shit. I'm not worried about that. And I go to go get stuff out of my room. She's like, well, if you're going to do that, you're not taking any of that stuff because that stuff's in my house. I bought that stuff for you. And I was like, all right. And I started to walk out the door. And she was like, she grabs a hold of me. Like physically, my mom is tiny, dude. She's like 5 foot and half an inch tall, but she's very strong. She did physical labor her entire life. She grabbed me and I started laughing. I was like, you better let go of me. And she's like, or what? And I was like, I don't know, but let go of me. Like, what are you doing? She's like, give me the keys to the car. I was like, no. I was like, I'm not doing that. And like every now and then you'll have an opportunity to find out who your fucking friends are, like who your real friends are. Like the time that Josh showed up to Noel's house to help me fucking move when Noel was doing some real fuckery. That's when I found out that's my friend. And like, I mean, I knew before, but like, that's when I was like, okay, this dude fucking cares about me. Right. And so I'm standing, and I'm laughing at my mom, and James is sitting there all awkward and shit because we're like arguing, like almost getting into a physical confrontation.
Yeah,
and
those
she's
are
like,
very awkward.
yeah, right. And so I'm like, she's trying to grab the keys, and she's got one arm around me, and I'm like real skinny back then, so I'm like flailing around, and I had the keys in my hand, and I just like hook shot them shits to James, and I threw him, and he catches them or whatever, right? And she's like, James, give me the keys, and he looks right at me, and he's like, you motherfucker, why did you involve me in this? And he was like, I'm sorry, Miss Patty, I can't. And I was like, motherfucking, that's my guy. I was like, yes. And she's like, James. And he was like, I'm sorry. He's my best friend. And I was like, fuck yeah. And she's like, she looks at me. She's like, out of my house. And he's like, and he's like, and she's like, James. And he's like, I'm really sorry, Miss Patty. I don't know what to do right now. He's my best friend. And she was like, I need you to leave, James. And he's like, can you call my dad? And I was like, I'll take you home. And she goes, shut up. And I was like, I was already out in the garage. Bro, it was awesome. Anyways, I don't remember what the point was, but that felt, it's his brother. It felt like one of those scenarios where like homie was sticking up for him when he didn't really need to. Like James could have easily given those to her and I wouldn't have been mad. I get it. I respect my mom. But back then I was a little shit, dude. And I wish I could remember what it was we were arguing about. I moved out on my mom's birthday once, bro.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
That's fucked, dude. I still feel bad about that.
Yeah, I mean, because just like the scene in the movie where like she meets all his family and they're all just shitting on him.
Mm-hmm.
I've felt like that so many times in my life.
Like, I mean, I'm sure he's done plenty of shit to probably deserve getting
also
shit
that
on, but I still like, God, man, just come on, leave the dude alone.
People are afraid to ask like, hey, are you good? Like, is there some reason that you're being a fuck up? Is there a reason that you're out here? I never once, maybe my like guidance counselor might have asked me at some point, right? But never once somebody like let me sit down and like calm the fuck down, because they don't let you calm down either. People want to just yell in your face, and they want to just tell you how wrong you are, and they want to put you in line. And it's like, dude, that doesn't work, man. You have to be respectful of people's like their own shit. We're not the same.
The crazy thing is, it's always family too.
Yeah.
Right. It's always
the
family.
ones that judge you the most. Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't want to mess up anything, but I have an event coming up. You guys know what I'm talking about. When I fly out of the state, right? Once I confirmed some things and I was like 99% sure it was happening, I called my mom. And it crushed me, dude. She didn't even tell me like anything. Like I thought she's been listening to me talk about these people my whole life. And this is like, I'm not gonna say the mountaintop, but it's pretty fucking close. And I was expecting like that's cool, congratulations. And she's just like, okay, talk to you later. And I was like, okay, that was weird. Like, I don't know why I thought I was going to get any kind of like, but she's never really been that kind, you know, like I've never really heard like the good job type shit, no matter what I've accomplished or whatever. Right. You know, I've done plenty to make her really irritated. So I guess, turnaround's fair play, but like, yeah, it's weird, bro. Like you go home and you're like, hey, this is somebody I care about. And your family's like, why are you with this idiot? And you're like, damn, like I was trying to get clean and I called my sister up And I'm like, hey, I need a place to stay for a while. I'm trying to clean out. I want to get sober. I'm really putting some effort into this. I gotta get sober. And she's like, oh shit, yeah, I'll help you out. Let me call her brother. She calls him up and she's like, hey, I think Randy's gonna come stay with us for a while and sober up, and he wants to get clean. And he's like, oh dude, I don't know, man. I don't want him stealing all my shit. And I told him to his face, like, if I was gonna steal your shit, I would just come steal your shit. Like I would just come in your house and take your stuff if that's what I wanted to do. Like fucking people, dude, they just, words cut, bro. Like they just say stuff and you're like, dude, I'm asking you for help and that's your response. Like, I don't want you to steal my shit. Fuck you. I should steal your shit on principle now. Fucking go pawn that shit and go get some dope. I'll see you in 2 weeks when I need to get sober again. Like, what the fuck, man? Sorry. That shit is really crazy, man.
Yeah. Parents are real good at making you feel like shit when,
bro,
you're maybe expecting the opposite and then they just can flip it and just make you feel like complete shit in a dime.
It's like their sport.
Yeah.
I love my mom, dude. She's awesome. My brother's great too. But like, damn, man, when I was young and needing some help, they were like, I'm good. I ain't got time for that. Oh man. Therapy. Yeah, movie was fucking awesome. I almost had like 9 out of 10, dude. That shit was rad.
Yeah, I love that. I'm gonna watch it again. I'm glad John did it too, because I know he's not like a big Kevin Smith fan, and I mean I totally saw Kevin Smith all over this.
I can see what you mean by that, but I don't.
I think it's done a little bit better. Like I think Kevin Smith never really like got past a certain level. He just kind of stayed at the same level his entire career, and I think he'll admit that. I think this is just it's a little newer, a little fresher, and a little bit better done. But still, it's that same just kind of.
It has a little bit of the juvenile and sort of I don't know that sense of humor, that sort of heightened goofiness to it.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't say it's as juvenile as Kevin Smith.
I'm with Josh on that one. I didn't really see much that reminded me of Kevin Smith personally, but I do understand what you're saying.
I can see the comparison, but
I think I'm going to add this one to my punk rock movie collection now.
I was say this is one movie. I mean, I'm comparing it to like 10 Kevin Smith movies at once.
Right.
So, I mean, his quality of movie, I think, varies drastically between,
his best movie is Tusk.
Another.
No comment.
I mean, I'm thinking Mall Rats, Chasing Amy.
Right.
I hate Chasing Amy.
Stuff like that. So, yeah, I really like Chasing Amy.
Yeah, that's a pretty popular one. I haven't seen it in a while. Maybe I should give it another shot.
Yeah.
Chris, have you seen his new movie?
I actually started it. I'm like 40 minutes into it or something like that.
I didn't even know he had a new movie.
Yeah, it's called the 4:30 movie or something. He has a movie theater. I
thought you're talking about this director's.
Oh, Snack Shack.
Yeah. I'm about 30 or 45 minutes into that. I do want to watch Kevin Smith's new movie because I hear it's kind of along the same lines. It's kind of just like a hangout, teen, movie, kind of in the same vein. So, new Kevin Smith stuff kind of makes me nervous because I like him so much. But
am I the only fan of Yoga Hosers on here?
I think that's the only one I haven't seen. Or I haven't seen.
I haven't seen that.
Josh will hate it. It's not.
No,
I would be shocked if you like.
Well, it's like a spin-off of Tusk, and I hated Tusk, so I'm good.
I'm shocked.
Is it a spin-off of Tusk? That's funny.
Yeah, the girls are in the convenience store in Tusk.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He was supposed to do a third one, and he never did it because Yoga Hosers was so.
I love that movie. Have you seen Yoga Hosers, Clay?
I haven't, and I saw Tusk in the movie theater when it came out, and man, it was.
You don't like that one?
I appreciate the fact that it was creative. Like I thought the concept was pretty cool and funny and stuff, but man, a talking walrus.
I love it, dude. Oh, it's so dumb. I love it.
But like I could see how people like it. I know I'm not a big Kevin Smith guy, and so
No, that's cool though. I'm getting much
more
better at like not caring if people dislike something I like. It used to bother me. I don't know why I care.
That was his heavy weed phase.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and he like doesn't smoke weed anymore. So
no wonder his shit sucks now.
Vegan and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Dude,
he almost had a heart attack.
He had a heart attack.
He almost died.
Yeah.
And now
That's like street
so
pop.
he changed his life. He got skinny, and then he quit smoking weed, and now he's boring. I don't know.
Right. I fell off the diet for about a month. I'm back on it now.
That's good.
The job thing really fucked me up emotionally, so I
Yeah.
just wrecked my diet really bad. But
I kind of figured that would happen, but
yeah,
I need to get back to it.
I didn't gain too much weight. I'm feeling okay right now. I'm once I can get this stuff sorted out with the state, then I'll be all right.
Okay. Well,
Like mentally, I just mean like I'll be like back on the fucking right track.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Whose week is this? Is it my week?
It is mine.
Okay, cool.
I was kind of struggling with what to pick actually.
It's October, man. Pick something spooky.
Well, you gotta get a good one to piggyback off though. So
Yeah.
I do love your sweatshirt. I have to say that sweatshirt is amazing.
Thanks.
yeah.
This is from the Cult of Cult. The when I had that
Nice.
Like
80% off or something.
Yeah.
So I got this for like $10 or something.
That's awesome, dude. Hell yeah, dude, score on that.
Let's do The Skin I Live In.
Skin I Live In.
It's the Antonio Banderas. It's a Spanish horror movie.
Nice.
Chris or Clay and I have seen it before, but
Oh, I wanted to watch this, dude. Cool.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
on
remember
it's
that.
on Max.
Cool. I'll check this out, dude. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about it a bunch.
Man, I just want to say, it's been a while since there's been like a really good punk rock movie, man. I'm glad one exists. Like, there's not stuff like that very often. That comes out that's like got people in it that at least, whether the guy's interested in it or not in his outside life, right? At least he gave a shit enough to like try to put some effort into finding out some stuff that would make it seem legitimately real. And like the not wanting to play with that band makes a lot of sense in real life. His hair, doing like the stuff to try to get a little money on the side because he's not really got a job, really is very, very rings true for a lot of people in that scenario and that age. I'm surprised that it exists, and I'm glad. So, yeah.
Well, another thing I thought was pretty punk, just through our conversations, was that he really didn't care about getting famous from his music. Like he didn't.
That was
want to
incredibly
play with
awesome.
that band. Yeah, and they were like, but this could be our big break, and he was like, "What are you talking about? Like big break? We don't give a shit about that." Yeah.
I was like that to my detriment, man. I was like, when we were playing in the band, like we had some opportunities, and I literally was just like, I did stuff I cost us some success, but like whatever. The people that I played in music with, they're all very successful musicians right now, so I don't care. I'm doing exactly what I want to do. But like for a while there, I was like, oh no, man, what did I do? Like it's interesting because I was just talking to people about what I currently do, and I told them, I said, I don't really care about the money part of it, man. Like, it'd be nice to make some money. Like, yeah, of course. But like now I'm doing stuff that I love so much. Like I've completely shifted like my the goalpost is in a different place than it used to be. Like it used to be over here, and it's like, oh no, it's over here now. Because I don't know that I ever thought I would get to where I'm at anywhere near this soon. So it's just shifted my priorities. I don't know if priorities are the right word, but whatever. The things that I'm after, my goals and my things like that. Money is always nice, dude. People are crazy if they don't think that money's a helpful thing. But like, yeah, dude, it's not always about that. I mean, if you're playing punk rock music, it's only about like, I want 35 people to hear this and think it's awesome. I don't give a shit if anybody else cares. Like, that makes sense to me. Most people that are in music don't understand that, or don't they don't understand it. They don't want that. That's not what they're looking for. Like Taylor Swift is not looking for that. She's looking for 35 billion people to like what she's doing. And that's okay. I don't have a problem with her doing it. Go ahead.
Right.
I just don't have any desire to do it. I'd rather remember I told you guys I'd rather have 200 subscribers that liked me than 20,000 that fucking blew up hot air up my ass. I still feel that way, man. It's been years, and I still don't want a bunch of people that don't actually give a shit about me. I would rather have people that are down for the fucking cause.
Yeah.
Like,
no, yeah, definitely. Like you want to be do what you want to do, and like the people that like it will like it, and people that don't won't.
And if there's success because you did what you wanted, I welcome that, because then it's
Right.
just fleeting anyways. So let me taste it a little bit, and then I'll go back to normal. Like, you know, if I ever won the lottery, nobody would even know outside of my friends because I wouldn't look like it. I wouldn't change my clothing. I wouldn't.
Shit, to me, that's real success when you can live off of or just like profit off of what you want to be doing, like, because then it's not work. Like if you have to change yourself to do something for someone else,
right?
That's work, right?
Yeah, it becomes a job. You're working at a fucking theater at that point. Like I was talking to somebody, and I told them, I was like, yeah, man, I can't wait till I'm making like maybe like $1,500 a month. And they were like, that's your goal? And I was like, dude, if I'm making $1,500 a month on YouTube, I don't have to do anything else. And I was like, so is that where I want to ultimately always make? Sure, I'd rather have more money than that. But if I can get to that goal, I think it's probably just a snowball. It may not be a big, fast one, but it'll just compound. Right. And I'll be able to pay my bill. I want to be able to take my wife on a vacation with, dude, YouTube has paid my car note for the past like 4 or 5 months. Now, I guess technically, whatever, it's all just money in the pile, right? But like I'm making enough to pay my car note. So it's enabling me to do things like go to shows and go on places to see people. And that's providing people with the entertainment. It's just like a machine, like for real. It actually is a machine. It's just one that I'm able to like tinker with and make work on my own. It's interesting to even think about sometimes. I sit back and go, damn, I can't believe I figured out a little loophole in the universe, man. I feel like I'm cheating, honestly. It's weird.
Well, I think it fits your personality so well too,
and you went the long way around too. You did the whole 31 TV stuff, and that's why you got so burnt out, because you were coming to them, and it wasn't really what you wanted to do, and now you're doing what you want to do, and they're coming to you.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. Like, yeah, and I do feel like it fits me pretty well. I'm not really built for some big fucking corporation. Like, I mean, look at the trouble I'm having with Alamo Drafthouse. That place should be no problem for me. Like. So I'm just not built for that. It's all right though.
Yeah. Did y'all watch anything this week that worth bringing up?
Let me think.
I was gonna bring up, because I know you watched it. I figured you were gonna bring it up, but
Hill House.
Hill House, yeah, Haunting of Hill House. I got.
Oh, it's the Haunting of Hill, dude. How is it so? Sorry. Dude, I
love it. Just clicks and makes sense for you all.
Bro, so many things. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only three in, and the wife's watching it with me. So I'll make it through eventually, but it's been good.
It's good. That episode 3. That's the girl. The what's her? I forget her name already. But the one that
kind of like
kids. She wears the gloves.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode. Yeah. I think that's when after that one is when I got really hooked. I was like, oh, okay, I'm really into this. And then
Is that the one that you said had you kind of emotional?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so confused. Like, I guess privately text me a little bit. I got a couple of questions because I don't know what the hell. I just got a couple of questions.
Randy, no offense, but that show came out 6 years ago. Maybe you should rewatch it.
Did I watch
you'll
it?
You'll know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you did, because I think you brought it up before.
Hold on.
But it is a very emotional show about a family.
Yeah, it's all about like family drama and grief, and it's kind of A24-y, I guess, for the lack of a better term. But yeah, because I started watching the last one he did. The Fall of House of Usher, and I could not get on board with it. It's all family drama, but it just I don't know. I don't know if it was not done as well, but I couldn't get on it. No, I bailed after like 3 or 4 episodes.
Okay,
this one
need to rewatch. Sorry, Chris.
This one's been so much better so far.
Yeah, I think it's different. I watched the first episode of House of Usher the other day. And it's Edgar Allan Poe. It's like very different,
modernized, and
so it's much more heightened and is a whole different like flavor.
Yeah, I think I got like 2 episodes into it, and I was like, okay, like I'm still kind of on board. I could see, maybe where it wants to go, but then just like I watched another episode, and I mean maybe I was just turned off because the ending of the other one,
Night Mass.
Fucking hell, yeah. pissed me off. But I don't even remember what pissed me off so much about that.
Yeah, I don't know what you didn't like about
I
it.
don't remember.
That's awesome.
I
I
thought that
remember
show was
being a
great.
little miffed at the end of that too. I mean, I was kind of like, all right, I guess, and
It's been a
then-
while, so
Yeah.
maybe I'll watch
Hill
it
House
again.
is
And
awesome.
yeah, maybe I'll watch it again and like it. But yeah, Hill House has been good. Has been good so far.
Yeah,
I saw Smile
yeah.
too. I'm just gonna say that I thought it was amazing. So
Well, I'm literally gonna go watch it soon. I'm pretty excited actually. So,
I'm not gonna
once
talk too
you
much
said it
about
was
it.
like pretty good and it wasn't just some hot garbage because the first trailer looked terrible, but the second trailer got me intrigued a little bit. So,
man, I watched that movie about a year ago.
the first one was good.
And I was like, this Smile bullshit, like whatever. Anna told me about it, and I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get scared. And I remember I watched that movie and I couldn't sleep because I was like, man, that was fucked up. And then Smile 2, I saw it, and to me, it's even a little more off the chain. So, and I don't ever get caught by jump scares. Once in a while, once in a blue moon, and this one nailed me a couple times.
Yeah,
It's
That's
good.
dope.
Yeah, it's good.
Josh, Chris, have y'all seen Smile 1 or no?
I haven't. No.
No. It's pretty solid, man. Smile, dude. It was one of those ones where I thought it was going to be really just a hot relish,
Yeah.
and then like after I watched it, I was like, good. I think maybe my expectations being like a little low made it a much better movie. So I'm not gonna say it's like amazing, but you should give it a watch. It's a pretty solid flick.
Yeah, no, I was gonna watch it this weekend. We had a bunch of family and
Okay.
stuff, so I didn't get time. But I'm gonna watch it.
Watch a scary movie. Yeah. Smile.
I think I watched part of the Hill House show and didn't care for it. I need to go back and revisit it.
It's honestly probably not your thing. It's.
I think
much
I tried
more
to watch it because
family
everybody
drama
was
than-
ranting and raving about it. Like as we're talking about it, I'm remembering people really being intrigued by that one and liking it a lot. And then I think it was one that I attempted to watch and couldn't get into. So
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, we don't really watch much TV anyway.
right.
And this is it's much more. It's not your style. It's the horror is secondary.
Yeah,
Right. That's
it's-
actually what I was thinking.
yeah, it's got some good like creepy vibes, but it's mostly like psychological.
Yeah.
Drama.
So it's exactly up my alley. Like,
Right.
like I think that's why I like Flanagan so much because
Yeah.
it's all about character and everything else is secondary. And
Yeah,
it's
I'm
all
just-
really well done. But
Yeah, I'm assuming things are gonna, hopefully go a little crazy in the end. They're not necessarily crazy, but just
yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely not one for gore and giant freak out moments and
No.
stuff like that.
Oh, I guess this might be something for after the pod, but Bricken and I are going to try to watch Texas Chainsaw this weekend.
Mm.
And then I'm going to take him out to the gas station place.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you're gonna go out there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now, I don't know if they're going to do this weekend, but soon. Yeah. I want to take him
That
because
sounds
I want to go
awesome.
spend some time with him and go do something to just me and him for the day. And I asked him if he wanted to go fly out and see a show with me. And he was like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, I could tell he just really wasn't interested. And so I
Mhm.
was like, well, what if we did this instead? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, cool. And so I think we're going to do that. And I think Charlie's going to probably fly out with me to go see a show next year.
I don't know.
So-
I don't know how much. I know it's a little past Austin, but the house is not that much further.
I mean, I'm down for whatever. I got the time now, so I may as
I
well
haven't-
try to do this stuff.
Yeah, it's probably like double because the gas station isn't too far from
It's
us.
out. It's on.
Yeah,
it's
it's
on.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's like on this side of Austin.
Yeah.
And I think the house is on the opposite end of, like, outside of Austin.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
down to go to the house too. That's crazy.
But I want to go to the house. I haven't gotten to go to the house.
Yeah, I looked up like where it was like last like 2 times I went to Austin. I was like, it's
Nice.
a little out of the way, so I haven't made it up there. But yeah, we stopped at the gas station.
Yeah.
It's not like a ton to see, but it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, they have the van and stuff out in the back. So there's some cool stuff like that. But inside the gas station, it's just like a memorabilia shop. So
Right. Yeah. I told Rick I'd take him in there and let him pick out a shirt or something.
yeah.
He's
That's
he's also collecting knives now, so I might see if they have like a TCM knife or something.
They said
know, dude.
you can get barbecue there too.
Yeah, he said he'd be interested in that. I think he's really taking to horror movies. I'm pretty
That's cool.
It's cool because it's something that we can do together. That's not like we don't have to do it every day. We can just sometimes go, hey, let's go do this. Let's go. Hey, want to go watch a movie? And I know it'd be something I'm interested in too, so I'm going to be invested in it. And yeah, man, I'm pretty happy with the way things are going. Just generally right now.
I totally feel you because Natalie is actually really into horror movies right now.
That's awesome.
So
That doesn't surprise me.
it's fun to rewatch these movies.
That's what I like
through
too.
your kids' eyes.
Yep.
Like introducing them to a new generation. It's pretty.
I like doing it with Carissa too because they both haven't seen most stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
I watched a movie called Kung Fu Rascals. Holy shit, dude! Yes, bro. I might pick that movie soon because it's probably on Tubi. It's Visual Vengeance, but it's not like a shot on video one. It's I think it's
that was the one you bought, right?
Yeah, bro. That shit was a W, bro. Like that movie. Yeah.
Kung Fu Rascals.
Bro, it's so weird, dude. Like I don't understand where these movies are coming from, but whoever's picking them out, Visual Vengeance might be my favorite label right now.
That makes sense.
Dude, Despiser is so badass. If anybody out there, if anybody's watching, have you seen Despiser? It's I don't know how to describe it, so I'm not going to try, but it's really, really good. It's on Tubi right now, so you can watch it for free. It is the worst CG that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I am here for it. I love it so much. Oh, dude, it's bad, man. But yeah, dude, Kung Fu Rascals, and on that Blu-ray, there's like 3 or 4 movies that they give you trailers for. I got like 3 more I'm about to buy. Dude, this shit is wonderful, man. These low-budget Asian movies might be better than the American stuff, bro. It might just be like what I was looking for. Didn't know it.
I'm glad you found your lane. I'm happy.
They get pretty crazy.
Hey, before we get out of here, like after we stop, I want to talk to y'all for 1 second, please.
Okay, cool. All right, well, we'll wrap it up. Skin I Live In next week.
Cool. Let's go.